So I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about God's calling. I know God has been calling me for ministry more than 20 years ago. I can say that I first heard from God maybe when I just turned 42. About maybe when I was 19 years old, I believe. It was just all of a sudden, I was in my car. I was driving. It was just me and my son, my 1-year-old son. And we were in the car driving on the freeway to Santa Rosa. And I was driving up there to go see a boyfriend of mine that was soon to husband. And I thought, how can I be able to go into ministry? Well, because he was calling me overseas. How can I be able to go into ministry overseas and having a 1-year-old son? But I didn't really put any thought into it. I just pushed all that to the side, we can say. And I never really thought about it. But over the years, I know that God has been telling me that He wants me to be in ministry. He wants me to be in ministry and help women. Help women that are going through really rough times, that have been traumatized, that have been, that had really bad lives themselves, bad childhood. Me, I had a really bad childhood. I suffered from PTSD, also from childhood trauma. I have a lot of depression, tons of anxiety. I've been wanting to start my YouTube channel, but I wasn't exactly sure where to start. I've been wanting to do ministry, but I wasn't exactly sure where to start. Where do I actually start contacting people that I want to talk to? It was really hard. It's really hard for me to open up, be vulnerable around people, or even be around people. I have a lot of anxiety myself. So I thought, how can I do this? Or how can I go on YouTube and try to minister through YouTube when I struggle a lot with everything myself? So I've been struggling a lot these years thinking, well, I'm not perfect. And I will never be perfect. No one on this earth is perfect. But I was thinking, how can I go out and minister to these women that need to be spoken to about God? How can I help them when I'm hurting myself? It's just a big question to me. And all I ever did was run. I have all this built up anxiety and scared. I'm very scared. I don't know where to start. Why would people want to listen to me? Why would they want to listen to someone that's hurting or not perfect themselves or doesn't really know maybe what the next thing to say? And maybe 3-4 times now when I went to different churches, the person that would prophesy over me would tell me, stop running. Stop running. And I would think, what does that mean? Stop running from what? Am I actually running? And that was several years ago. And then some months ago, there was another pastor that said that I would be I would be something big one day. Well, not something big, but I would be, how would you say, ministering to people. And I said, that's funny because for years now, I have known that God has been calling me to minister to women. And the thing is, I will think about it and then forget. I'm a very, very, very forgetful person. I might think about something and a couple seconds later I forgot about it. I'm constantly forgetting things all the time. And then I went to church last Sunday, and there my sister was praying for people there. She was praying in tongues and everything, praying over a lot of people for healing. And then she looked up at me and she told me, "Do you want to get prayed for?" And I said, if you feel like you need to pray for me." And she said, "Yes, I feel like I need to pray for you." I said, "Okay." The thing is, when people pray over me, I don't know. It's just like, I feel like I can't be vulnerable. I feel like I can't open up. I feel like, I want to feel God's presence. I want to be open for Him. But I can't. But when she was there, standing there, praying over me in tongues, I was thinking, "Oh, Lord, please. Lord, please open my ears. Open my understanding, Lord. Please make it to where I can be able to understand what she is saying to me, what you are saying to me, Lord, please." And all of a sudden, she started speaking in English. She said, "You are beautiful. You are worthy. You are an excellent mother. And there was a lot of other things that she said to me, but I struggle so much with worthiness. I feel that I'm not worthy. I feel that I'm not beautiful. When I was younger, my dad always used to tell me how ugly I was, and no one would ever love me because I'm so ugly. No, I was never worthy of anything. And I still believe those lies. And I know it's the enemy attacking me at every direction he can attack me from. But I also think, how can I get up in front of people and minister or help people if I'm hurting so bad myself? I always think I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy to be speaking in front of other people. I'm not worthy to help other people. Or how can I do a YouTube channel if I think I'm not good looking enough? Or I don't live in this nice, elegant house. Where am I going to make my nice videos? But anyways, God, He is still calling me. And I don't think He's going to stop calling me. Well, of course He's not. The thing is, yesterday I went to church. I'd attended another church because from that church, Compass Point, Pastor Jen had reached out to me on Saturday and told me that they were going to have a new youth pastor. and that they were going to introduce him Sunday morning service. So we had went, and Pastor Jen, her sermon was about Jonah and the well. Well, I had not really known about Jonah and the well story. But I can say that I learned so much more on her sermon. Pretty much that God had called him to go minister to some really bad people where he didn't want to go. So the thing is, what he was scared. He had a lot of anxiety. He didn't want to go. And not only that, he didn't like these people. And he thought, okay, these people are not really worthy of God's love. But he ran. And what ended up happening is that he got swallowed by the well. And he got turned around, didn't he? He got turned around and he got spit up on the land where he was gonna go. Send the message of God. And what happened? He did. He did what God told him, and everything was fine. So the thing is that we need to listen to God. We need to follow what God says. We know. You really need to. I know deep inside, I'm going to be okay. Once I start ministering, once I start reaching out to people, I know God's on my side. He's the one that's calling me to do this. Why would he leave me alone? Why would he leave me alone? These are questions for myself. Why would he leave me alone? He's not going to leave me alone. God is there for everything. I just need to trust him. I need to trust him. Maybe a month and a half ago I lost my job. My job was like my everything. I would do everything for my job. And I would push my family to the side, and I was everything for my job. But what's funny, a couple of months before my job, I kept thinking, Lisa, you're calling. God's calling for you. Where are you going to start? When are you going to start? And I also felt I would not be working for my job anymore. Soon I would not be working there anymore. But I wasn't sure why I felt like that. But all I did was just shove things to the side. And here it comes. September 27th, 2024, I was terminated from my job. So now when I'm without a job, so I kind of thought, okay, well, hopefully I can get an employment. A month after I was terminated, I found out that I was not eligible for an employment because they had put me down that I was dishonest. I'm like, dishonest? I had an interview also with an employment. Like I said, I giving everything to my job. I was never warned about it. I never had warnings. I was never written up or anything. You know what? I wasn't going to go back and fight anything. It is what it is. And God just kept saying, Lisa, I am calling you. So I was thinking, God, are you just not, was I terminated for a reason? And I not get an employment for a reason? I know you are pushing me. You are telling me to do what you want me to do. And I was thinking for a while till started on YouTube. Get the word out on YouTube first. But it was just hard, so hard for me. I had so much anxiety just to start on YouTube. You know, like right now, I was in bed all day long, thinking of all the stuff I can do. Well, what I want to do. And then right now, I'm like, no, Lisa, you need to get up. You need to get up and you need to film. Get out what you really want to talk about. You know, we all go through something in life. And I believe the majority of us are hurting. We all need God. You know, I just want to let you guys know that God is calling for every single one of us. Every single one of us, He has a calling for. We just need to open our hearts, open our minds, open our ears, and listen. God calls us in all kinds of different ways. My daughter Adeline asked me, how did you know that God was calling you for ministry? You know, I really could not answer that because I didn't know how to answer that. It was like, I didn't hear Him. I didn't see Him. It's like in my heart, boom, I automatically knew what He was calling me for. And it was just something strong. But I want to encourage you. Listen to God. He has a calling for you. Every single one of us have a gift. You need to find what your gift is. And I will be coming on more often. I know, like I said, this is my first video about this. I know it's not perfect, but I'm videoing it. I know I'm probably all over the place. I didn't come on here with knowing exactly what I was going to say. Or maybe if I wanted to say something, I might have forgot exactly what I was going to say. But I'm going to try my best to be seeking the Lord more and see what He wants me to say. Do what He wants me to do. So, thank you for taking the time and clicking on this and listening to me. You'll be hearing from me a lot more. Well, good night, and God bless every single one of you guys. Remember, God is with every single one of us. We can't do anything without Lord. God bless every single one of you guys. Goodbye.